Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, Pattsun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/am I the asshole, where OP did the right thing, but people are still attacking him for it. Let's begin. Am I the asshole for ending things with a girl because she was sleeping with other people, even though it was before we were exclusive? Posted by Reddit user Insvenjanos.
I am fairly happy with the life I've built for myself. My career, hobbies, and platonic relationships are more than enough to keep me happy, and I don't actively look for relationships or sexual partners even though I do hope to get married someday. Of course, sometimes people do come into my life and we date or sleep together, but it's not an obsession like I see with most of my friends. Then I met Helen at a party through mutual friends and we really hit it off. I asked her out and we had a great first date and ended up sleeping together. Things seemed to move relatively quickly from there. We saw each other about 5 times in the span of 2 weeks after our first date, all the while texting and even having an occasional phone call. I won't lie, I felt like I was falling pretty hard for this girl. She was everything I could have imagined wanting in a life partner: intelligent, independent, passionate, and kind, not to mention gorgeous. Well, it all went south last week when she asked me if I was seeing anyone else. I told her of course not and that I don't sleep with multiple people at the same time. But then I wondered about her, and she told me she had been seeing 2 other guys, but she wanted to be exclusive with me. I asked her if she had been sleeping with them and she said yes. She had even slept with both of them at least once since we started dating. Once I gathered my thoughts, I told her I didn't want to see her anymore. Here I thought the feeling was reciprocated, but I found out I was just one of a few items on the menu for her. She started to get upset and told me that since we hadn't discussed exclusivity, she didn't owe me anything and that it was the whole point of this discussion. I told her that while she didn't owe me anything, the fact that she didn't stop seeing those other guys on her own volition showed that either she didn't feel the same way about me as I did about her, or we have totally different ideas around sex and intimacy. She said she had dated so many guys in the past who wouldn't commit, so she didn't want to end up alone if I wouldn't be exclusive. I could feel the hurt she had gone through when she said this, but I guess I don't understand. Why keep around casual sex partners if you want something serious? If she wasn't willing to take a risk for me and potentially get hurt because of her past experiences, I don't want to play the role of intimacy therapist. I didn't say this part to her though. So I told her my mind was made up and she left in tears. Anyway, my friends have pretty much dogpiled on me after hearing about it. They told me I was an asshole and brought up a bunch of talking points about feminism and slut-shaming.
That's stupid! You're stupid! Stop being stupid!
It seemed pretty unfair since I never tried to make Helen feel bad about herself. I just didn't think we were compatible and it seemed better to end in then and there.
OP, you were absolutely not the asshole. You made the right choice. Girls like that are definitely future monkey branchers. Look man, you are allowed to end any form of relationship for any reason if you're not comfortable continuing it. And she is allowed to sleep with whomever she wants, whenever she wants, if she's not in an exclusive relationship. If she wants to hoe herself out to every Chad she meets until one of them wants to go exclusive, then that's her choice. Shaming you for rejecting her bad decisions is honestly disgusting. Get better, friends. And now for today's second story. I want my husband to fall in love with my sister. Posted by Reddit user I Love Cats and Monster.
Hi, as the title says, I want them to fall in love. I met my husband when we were kids. We used to live in the same street and our parents were very close. Me, my sister, him and his sister never spent a minute without each other from when I was 4 until I was 11. We were still close after, but my now husband and his family moved a few blocks away. And we were entering puberty, so he babysat me and his sis. But my sister is the same age as him, so they still hang out. Everyone at that time believed they were going to get married, but they never even got together. My sister did confess to having a crush on him when they were 12, but that's about it. Fast forward a few years, me and him reconnect after he moved away. At this point I was 20 and he was 24, just finished his studies abroad. We fell in love and hit it off. We married, had our son in January 2020 and a baby girl in August of 2022. After my daughter's birth, I was diagnosed with cancer. It's terminal and I only have a few months left. I do not want to go into detail. Me and my husband are both very outgoing, sociable and kind of childish maybe. Lol, don't mind the user, but lately all I can do is cry and lay in my bed. I am exhausted and the only reason I don't apply for euthanasia is because of my children. I know he will have no trouble finding a beautiful, caring partner in the future, but I still am scared. I know my sister had always taken a liking to him and he likes her. Their feelings just never bloomed because of our relationship. But I can feel they're there sometimes, and recently they had a lot of one-on-one time planning stuff because I am too tired. My kids find great support in her and my husband too. I love them both, and I think that if he had connected with her first after moving back, they would have been together now. I am in no way jealous or delusional. I know the feelings will come and the sooner the better. Short update. First of all, thank you all for your kind words and advice. It seems to be unanimous. I'm writing letters. And for all of you saying I'm a troll or asking more details, I've already told you all that I am not comfortable with sharing those details. I know I'm in my final moments and I do not feel the need to validate myself for some strangers. Also, fuck you if you think I am lying, to be honest. I talked to my parents today. I told them how I think they will make a great couple and how I trust my parents to take care of all of them. Not to exclude my husband when I pass. They reassured me he will always be welcome and have thought the same in the past. My sister even expressed feelings for my husband not too long ago, telling them she won't make a move, but it needed to be said. The result of our talk was a lot of crying and me promising them to give them letters to hand out after my passing. A few months after, of course, I saw my sister shortly. She didn't understand why I cried, but we hugged for 15 minutes straight, and I told her I want my husband to be happy with whoever is good for him after my passing. Then we cried together and she brought me home. And now for OP's full update. So, these past weeks were exhausting and exciting at the same time. Starting off with some bad news today. My health has hit a low, which hurts and is scary, but I knew it was coming. I don't know how long I have left, but it won't be too long. Like I said, I'm at peace with that knowledge and I don't want you guys to overwhelm me with concern. I love your sympathy and support, but on the concern part, I'm heavy. I know I will die and it will be fine. Life goes on, at least for you guys, lol. As for my parents, when I spoke with them, they confirmed my exact thoughts. My sister and husband's love just hadn't had the chance to bloom yet. They found your idea of the letters incredibly beautiful but told me to also talk to my husband's parents. So I did. I made the long drive and told my husband I was paying my niece a visit. His parents broke down crying, telling me they admired me for my selflessness. We talked a lot about how it used to be when we were younger, came to the conclusion they will always support husband's choices and would love to get to know my sister better / again. They kind of lost contact a few years ago when husband's parents moved away. I sat my sister down too, telling her I'd like her to help my husband grieve, her and my parents of course, and help him move on after, no matter with who. She hugged me, told me of course, and we discussed some things about the kids. I joked about them getting together to play mom and dad. She smiled. I think she's seeing right through me, like she always has. And last but not least, my husband, I haven't told him anything. I did cook them both dinner to my best abilities, just one course and store-bought dessert elmao, and made them enjoy it on their own while I was busy with the kids. It wasn't awkward, it was best friendish but sweet. I wrote the letters. My parents and husband's sibling know where they are and will hold on to them. One for my kids, along with some videos. My husband knows about those. One for my husband right after I pass, and one for sis and hubby a few months after my passing. I hope this is an update y'all like, trying to end it on a positive note. Thanks for all the love and support.
OP, while it is unfortunate that you lost the battle against the Big C, you still won the war by making sure that you are still taking care of your loved ones, even after you pass. You have done amazing. May the afterlife serves you well. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.